Hi everyone. Today in this session we are going to discuss about heat and temperature which comes under calorimetry. Okay, so first we will see the concept of heat. Okay, we know that all the substances are made up of molecules, right? No? And if we see the characteristics of molecules, we know that molecules are always in random movement, right? And they'll be having attractive force between them. Okay, so when the molecules are moving, it possesses kinetic energy, right? And the attractive force constitute potential energy, right? So if we see a molecule or a substance, it possesses two kinds of energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. All together, we used to call it as internal energy. The sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy possessed by a substance is totally, we are calling with the name internal energy. Okay. So actually this internal energy is known as the heat energy, or internal energy is responsible for the heat energy. If you are keeping a cold object and hot object together, they should have contact with each other. What happens? We know that slowly that cold object warms up or it increases its energy, right? No? Likewise, what happens to the cold object? It reduces the warming or that heat energy. That means when we are keeping a cold and hot object together, heat energy is transforming from hot body to cold body, right? Okay. So we can define heat energy. It is internal energy or total internal energy possessed by the substance, and when hot and cold object come in contact with each other, the heat energy transfer from hot body to the cold body. Okay. The way how the temperature can be measured, we can measure the heat energy. Okay, it's a kind of energy. So almost all kind of energy can be measured. So same way we can measure the heat energy, and that measurement technique is known as calorimetry. Okay. Calorimetry is a method or technique to measure the heat energy. And what is the unit of heat energy? SI unit of heat energy? Commonly the unit of energy is joule, right? Same way, another unit of heat energy, or the another unit which we are using to represent heat energy is calorie. Calorie or cal. Okay. And we in lower class we study the definition for 1 calorie. What is 1 calorie? 1 calorie is the amount of heat energy or quantity of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree Celsius. Okay. So the water shows some uneven expansion with temperature. So we have particularly defined 1 calorie in this way. It is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. So during this 1 degree change, how much heat energy absorbed? That is perfectly equivalent to 1 calorie heat energy. Okay. And how can we connect joule and calorie? 1 calorie is equal to 4.182 joule, or here precisely we are using it as 4.2 joule. Okay, we adjusted to the first decimal point. In this chapter we are using it as 4.2 joule. Now how can we define what is a multiple unit of calorie? Kilocalorie. What is 1 kilocalorie? 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calorie. Okay, 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calorie. How can we define 1 kilocalorie? It is the amount of, just we want to change 1 gram to 1 kilogram. That's it. Okay. 1 gram to 1 kilogram. How can we define? It is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. Okay. So this is the way how we can define the 1 kilocalorie and 1 calorie, and this is the way how we can connect 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joule. Now we'll see the concept of temperature. Okay, if you are keeping a hot body and cold body together, what happens? Automatically the hot body loses its temperature or loses its heat energy, and slowly the cool object or the cold object get warm, right? No? Or we can tell that the object which impart heat energy is at high temperature and the object which receives heat energy at low temperature. So temperature determines the flow of heat energy. We can define temperature is a parameter which determines or which make us to understand the thermal state of a body. That means a hot body or a cold body. And it also determines the flow of heat energy from high temperature to lower temperature. And what is the SI unit of heat energy? What is the SI unit of temperature? We already studied that the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. But commonly we all are using the, in normal case we always use the temperature in terms of degree Celsius. But the SI unit is Kelvin and we are commonly using it as degree Celsius. And we studied one more unit for this one, that is degree Fahrenheit. Okay. But here we are using either in Celsius or in Kelvin. How can we connect Kelvin and degree Celsius? Temperature in Kelvin is equal to, if you want to find or if you want to convert Celsius to Kelvin, what we have to do? We have to add 273 plus this degree Celsius in temperature. Okay. So temperature in Kelvin is equal to 273 plus temperature in degree Celsius. Okay. And the change in temperature of Kelvin is equal to change in temperature of degree Celsius, or if you are getting 1 Kelvin is equal to 1 degree Celsius. Simply don't consider that 273 is equal to like that. I will show how it is. Okay. What is the upper fixed point or steam point of, here this is Kelvin scale and here this is a Celsius scale. Okay. So here what is the boiling point of Kelvin? It is 373. Okay. Boiling point or we can call it as steam point. Okay. It can be steam point is 373 for this one, and for degrees Celsius it is 100 degrees Celsius. Right? Okay. And what is the ice point or freezing point? Ice point of Kelvin is 273 and for degrees Celsius is 0 degree Celsius. So if we check the difference, here we will get 100 divisions. Here also we will get 100 divisions. Right? No? So in Kelvin scale, we are getting 100 divisions between the ice point and steam point. Same way in Celsius scale also we are getting 100 divisions between steam point and ice point. That means the change in temperature in Kelvin scale is not exactly, only the change in temperature will be equal to degree Celsius and change in temperature in degree Celsius. I'll show with an example. Okay. So this is the reason how it comes. Okay. 35 degrees Celsius. we are going to find out the difference between 35 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius. What is the difference between 35 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius? So here the change in temperature is equal to 40 minus 35. It is 5 degrees Celsius. Right? No? Okay. Now we are going to convert, this is in degrees Celsius, we are going to convert this into Kelvin scale. What is the value corresponding to 35 degrees Celsius in Kelvin scale? That means we have to add 273, right? No? So 273 plus 35, we will get 8, 10, 308 Kelvin. So a corresponding value in Kelvin scale is 308 Kelvin, right? And for 40 degree, what happens? 273 plus 40, it's 3, 7 plus 4, 1, 313 Kelvin, right? No? So 35 is equivalent to 308 Kelvin and 40 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 313 Kelvin. Now find the difference between both these. 313 minus 308, we will get the change in temperature in Kelvin. This is in degrees Celsius is equal to 5K. In this way, the change in temperature in degrees Celsius is equal to change in temperature in Kelvin. So in this chapter, we can mention if it is given in degrees Celsius, the change in temperature is given in degrees Celsius directly without any conversion, we can use it as Kelvin. That when the portion comes, I will tell you where we have to use it. Already told you that the temperature difference decides the flow of heat energy. But we cannot simply tell that only the temperature is the factor which decides the amount of heat energy possessed by a substance. So when we are keeping two objects, cold and a hot object together, till it comes to the equal temperature, the heat energy will be flowing from hot body to the cold body. Once both comes to the same temperature, what happens? There will not be any flow of heat energy. That means both are in the same temperature. But we cannot tell that the energy possessed by the cold object is always equal to the energy possessed by the hot object. So here only one factor is common, that is temperature. There are some other factors which define which decide the amount of heat energy possessed by a molecule or a substance. Okay. And what is meant by 0 Kelvin? The temperature at which the molecular motion ceases or it's about to stop. Simply we can tell that temperature is due to the kinetic energy or it's due to the random movement. Okay, so heat energy is because of potential energy and kinetic energy, but temperature is due to the change in kinetic energy. That is responsible for the temperature. Thank you.